Playoff football once again making its return to Firebird Field, round 2 of the OHSAA football playoffs, making its way to Westchester tonight on the air. Not so much video here tonight from Westchester on Lakota West Student Broadcasting, but as always, I am Nick Johnson alongside our analyst and soup extraordinaire, Jordan Houck. He knows the soups if you listened to last week, but unfortunately, we will be coming to you over the airwaves here tonight. No video due to OHSAA regulations. We do appreciate all of you sticking it out with us here tonight, though, taking a listen to the broadcast. Obviously, we enjoy being up here, and especially for a big game like this. Elder leaving the pit, coming into Firebird Field. Always fun when these two teams meet, but especially in a playoff atmosphere like we got here tonight, Jordan.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, these two teams know each other a lot. We scrimmage for first scrimmage of the year every year, as I remember. So these teams know each other well. And it is the second round of the playoffs, so it's win or go home. So big game tonight for sure.
Historically, this early in the tournament, Lakota West not having to deal with as much competition as they are going to get here tonight. Elder, the 6th seed, taking on the 3-seeded Firebirds. And you take a look at this roster, this is not going to be a pushover second-round game like the Firebirds have seen in years prior. As you take a look at the bracket here tonight, obviously, Elder coming into Firebird Field, but then next week, Princeton, the anticipated matchup. So the winner of tonight will take on the Big Blue or the Princeton Vikings. And of course, you see St. X and Moeller up there in that bracket, and Milford, the number 1 seed, still into things. But this game is going to be very difficult in and of itself. If you're the Firebirds, you can't look ahead. You got to focus on what's in front of you on that gridiron here tonight. And a lot of that due to the quarterback situation down there for the Panthers. Ryan Brass wearing the number 8 in the purple and white here tonight. Can you tell us about him real quick, Jordan?
Well, I mean, he pretty much runs the entire Elder offense. I'm going to be honest. From a rushing and passing perspective, he's the leading rusher by far with 200 attempts. He's got more attempts rushing than he does passing, Nick. If that doesn't tell you something, I mean, it should, because they're running the ball on the ground tonight. That's how they're going to get their points. That's how they're going to try to drive down the field. And it's going to be a test for this defense. You know, defense has been good all season against the run, but again, this is a GCL team. GCL teams are always tough. And in my opinion, I think Elder's definitely better competition than Princeton, in my opinion. So I think this is not a pushover game whatsoever. Got to be focused every play and have that mindset to come out and win.
And of course, you mentioned it there, Ryan Brass for the Elder Panthers, a dual-threat quarterback, nearly 1,500 yards through the air. He made first-team All-GCL this season. And I think anytime you come in second in the GCL in rushing yards as a quarterback, and your only competition that you're losing up to there at the top is Jordan Marshall, I'd call that a job well done on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and again, like I just said, they're going to attack through the ground all day. Joey Thaman, I believe, is going to be at the running back spot, but you're not going to see him too much on the ground because it's going to be Ryan Brass. Ryan Brass, he's just so good. I mean, he's up there with Jordan Marshall for GCL Player of the Year. He's just been spectacular. And if West can shut him down, I mean, I can't see us not walking out here with the W.
Yeah, and you mentioned it there. Joey Thaman and Trenton Meyer, for the most part, splitting time this year at the running back position. Thaman 65 carries, Trenton Meyer 55. They both have about 270 yards. And then you take a look at the quarterback, Ryan Brass, 204 ground attempts and over 1,000 yards on the ground, 1,044. And he's got 25 touchdowns using his legs. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what look these Firebirds come out with on defense to try and counteract that. Of course, in the GMC, they have seen a lot of running quarterbacks, most notably Talon Fisher. But this is no Talon Fisher. This is a beast in and of himself. This is a whole nother ball game for this defense.
Oh, yeah, this is a test. And this is going to be a test for the front. And especially for Coach Halls, he's going to have to mix up the fronts and have to mix up the setups on defense, because you can't just run 4 down linemen in a 50 front the entire game. You got to give them new looks, because eventually what they're going to do on the ground, they're going to try to exploit those gaps and try to get through the crevices and get a couple yards at a time. So if you can just shut the run game down, that's all you need to do tonight. Shut the run game down. If you're West and if you're the West defense, run game, run game, run game. We're going to talk about it all day. Run game, run game, run game.
And, of course, it'll be interesting to see if these Elder Panthers counteract that and maybe take to the air, take to some of their guys down the field. First-team All-GCL receiver Josh Mears wearing number 4 for Elder here tonight, alongside Drew Murphy wearing the number 5, who's 4th in the GCL in receiving yards. Mears first in the GCL, 777 yards, through the air. But now let's take a minute. I personally think this game is going to come down to what West can do on their offensive side of the ball against this Elder defense that has struggled all year long. They're currently the last-ranked defense in the GCL. They give up about 24 points per game. They got about 180 rush yards surrendered per game, 135 yards through the air, and they've surrendered 262 points to opposing offenses this year. But we are going up against a West offense that has had its struggles this year. And of course, as of late in the latter half of the year, they have been catching fire a little bit more. But it's still an offensive unit that's, in a way, still trying to find their rhythm out there.
Yeah, and a little bit on this Elder defense. Here's a fun fact, Nick. They run over 13 different defenses. And I think that's part of the problem they have in giving up so many points is they don't have a set defense. They don't have a set number of guys. There's always guys rotating in and out. And there's always, new sets that they're going out in, and the offense can exploit. So look for a lot of everything tonight. You're going to see a lot of attack through the air, a lot of attack through the ground. So, it'll definitely be a test. It won't be easy whatsoever for this offense, but look for them to go through the air and go through the ground and a balanced attack. Try to get down the field and score 6.
So, of course, when you get a GCL matchup like this against a GMC team like Lakota West, not too many head-to-head competitions that you can look at and kind of match the two teams up ahead of time. There was 2 on the schedule this year. Last week, Elder taking on Oak Hills in the first round of the playoffs. They defeated the Highlanders 28-14 to bring them into Firebird Field. And then the only other competition that has remained the same on these schedules, Elder took 2 St. X, as did the Firebirds, and they were able to take down the Bombers 32-31. That game won in overtime. Of course, week 1, we know how the Firebirds did. A different quarterback situation, only dropping that game 10-0. So it's hard to use that game as a comparison, but you look at the Highlanders, West defeated the Highlanders 59-6. So if that's the one indication we have that this game could go well schedule-wise, I take it as a good sign.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, this is playoff football, though, and anything can happen. Some teams change their entire offensive, defensive sets just to stop one play or just to stop one team in one drive. So playoff football, I mean, anything can happen. You throw seeds out the window because once you get to round 2, 3, and 4, it doesn't matter. You're just looking to win every game.
We are talking about playoffs. Under 2 minutes away from kickoff here, Firebird Field getting set for round 2 of the high school football playoff tournament here in Ohio. We're going to take a quick step aside. We'll be back with the coverage starting with kickoff in just a few moments. Elder Panther place kicker wearing number 20, Jill Roth, is out, ready to boot this one away to the Lakota West Firebirds. Back deep for the Firebirds, Giovanni Wilson and Brennan Remy will await the opening kickoff. West to receive in the first half. They will be booting away to the Panthers in half number 2. As we are off, kickoff hits the goal line. Giovanni Wilson will be the man to take it, takes a step back into the end zone. That will be an automatic touchback, and the Firebirds are going to start in their own territory at that 25-yard line. What are we going to expect to see from this offense tonight against a struggling Elder Panthers defense?
Yeah, like I said, Elder comes out in a lot of different looks. They're going to give the West offense a lot of different looks. They'll look to have a balanced attack through the air and on the ground. So I would expect to have another feel-out drive. Like I said, in week 1 against these GCL teams, we want to come out in a feel-out drive. So I expect a lot of run right here.
The Firebirds from the 20-yard line after the touchback, not the 25. Sam Wiles will take to the shotgun. He's got running back Braden Johnson to his left. Fakes the handoff. Wiles up the middle. Has a huge hole. Spins through a tackle up to the 40-yard line. Breaks another tackle at the ankles. Goes down at the 45. Makes a reach for the 46. He'll go down on the right hash. And the Firebirds opening with a north of 20-yard play to move that ball closer to midfield.
Yeah, that's something we haven't really seen a ton of. And that's that read option. It was just a quick little read option and a great read, great blocking by the guard, center guard. Open up that hole, and I think he didn't hit his own man on the block. He would have been gone for 6.
Sam Wiles will be the only man in the backfield here. Shotgun look, 4 receivers out wide. The man in motion is Giovanni Wilson. That'll be the 3rd receiver wide to Wiles' left. Wiles will keep it, run up the middle, gain of 9, gets the opposing 45-yard line, a yard shy of the line to gain. A 2nd and 1 on the way for the Firebirds from Elder Panthers territory.
Yeah, they're firing. That was a rollout to the left. I mean, they're firing on Sam Wiles. They're depending on him early. These first couple of plays, he's making it happen. I mean, he's a hard quarterback to contain. So, I mean, yeah, Elder's going to have their hands full with all the different defensive sets they run.
Sam Wiles, the lone man in shotgun once again. Jet sweep formation, handed off to Giovanni Wilson. He runs it towards the left sideline. Wilson will push forward north of the Elder 40-yard line, picks up the first down. He'll be dropped at the Elder 38. Scratch that, actually. They're going to give him the extra yard, mark it off at the Elder 37. And once again, we do want to note for those of you in our chat here tonight that we are unable to stream video of this game due to OHSAA regulations. We do appreciate all of you sticking with us through the radio call of tonight's game as the Firebirds will start 1st and 10 here from the Elder 37. Sam Wiles returning to shotgun. He's got Braden Johnson the back to his right. 2 receivers bunched together to his right. One of them is Brendan Remy, who's going to take a quick screen on the right side here. Sheds multiple tackles up to the 25-yard line, well up past the line to gain by an extra 2 yards. So a safe first down gain there on the screen for the Firebirds. And now the Firebirds working with another 1st and 10 from the 25 as they approach the red zone on their first drive of tonight's contest.
Yeah, and Trey Barnett out there wearing 1-4 on that far side on the screen. Best blocking receiver by far, made a great block right there. Able to give Remy some room and able to move the chains.
Another shotgun look for Wiles. Braden Johnson once again returning to the backfield out to Wiles' left. This one will be handed off. Johnson counters the run, takes it right. Gain of 5 to the 20-yard line, pushes through a pile of defenders, and he keeps it running for an extra 3. He might have picked up 9 depending on where they spot that football, but it's looking like it'll be a 2nd and 1, and they will actually call that a gain of 8. So 2nd and 2 now for the Firebirds. Right on that 17-yard line. They are now in the red zone on their first drive, making quick work with this defense.
Yeah, you can feel the momentum right now. They're driving down the field down the field at will right now. Offense looks good. They got to keep this momentum up.
2 wide for the Firebirds as Wiles in shotgun. Brendan Remy, the jet sweep motion across the middle. It'll be handed off right side. Remy with the first down. Makes a push for the 10-yard line. He'll be stopped at about the 11. Will still be a Firebird first down. They keep the chains moving. The ball will be spotted on about the 11.5. A first down marker will be placed inside the 5 as the Firebirds continue this push to the end zone.
Yeah, classic West offensive play right there. Jet sweep to Remy on the far side. Again, great blocking by the O-line, able to move the chains and keep the momentum rolling.
Wiles coming out in a pistol here. Johnson, the man behind him. 2 receivers wide. Brendan Remy to Wiles' right. Trey Barnett on the near sideline to Wiles' left. This is a handoff taken up the middle. Braden Johnson hit at the line of scrimmage on the 12-yard line and driven back by a pile of Elder Panther defenders. And that'll cause a 2nd and long. They are going to give him about a 1/4 of a yard due to forward progress. But the Firebirds stalled really for the first time this drive.
Yeah, and that was number 23, George Gaduli in there, the outside linebacker for Elder. Got in there quick. He was the first man to meet him at the line. And usually it takes more than one person to bring Braden Johnson down. But he was able to hold him up, and they were able to gang tackle for a nice play for the Elder defense.
Out of the pistol, back to shotgun. Wiles will have Johnson to his right. Brendan Remy and Trey Barnett bunched together on the right side of Wiles. Quick screen, finds Brendan Remy in the flat, makes a push for that 11-yard line, pickup of 1 yard. A 3rd and about 8.5 will be on the way. Firebirds with the ball from the 10.5-yard line.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation. You don't usually see the West offense in 3rd and long situations. You don't usually see them go to the air a ton, especially deep balls. But you're going to look to go to the end zone right here. You got 9 yards to go. In Elder territory, you just got to let it fly.
And Elder travels well. You can hear their crowd from the opposite sideline here tonight. Firebirds return to the pistol. Braden Johnson still the back in the game. Wiles takes the snap, fakes the handoff, fires across the middle, looks for Gilbert on the goal line, and it is just overthrown. Might have even tipped the fingers of the tight end, Luca Gilbert. Instead, it will be a 4th and 9, no flags thrown. So good coverage on the defensive play from Elder. And now the kicking unit is out on the field, looking to make this a 3-0 Firebird lead. Out for the out for the field goal attempt will be Braden Benner.
Just an unfortunate play. Ran the seam a little bit too wide, allowed the safety to come down. Kind of just went through his hands. Tough call.
Field goal from the 11-yard line. Benner, line drive kick. It is up, and it is right down Broadway. 3-0 our score here from Firebird Field. We will return in just a few moments. 7:51 on the clock in the first quarter. Elder Panthers with their first drive in just a few moments.
Lakota West 3, Elder 0.
Braden Benner out as the place kicker for the Firebirds here, ready to boot this one away. Back deep for the Panthers will be Max Stallmeyer and Cooper Sandas. Booted away from Benner. This one flies through the back of the end zone. Elder will come out at the 20-yard line with a touchback. 2 kickoffs, 2 touchbacks here to start the night. Lots of wind on a relatively cold night here in Westchester, about 55 degrees. And when we started at kickoff, Firebirds up 3-0 in this one, but we will see the highly successful Panthers offense trot out onto the field.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of heavy looks. They run a lot of heavy looks. They run a lot of play-action pass. They're trying to keep the DBs on their toes. They're going to have there's going to be a lot of running here in this first quarter. And then later you're going to see them take some shots, maybe on this drive even if they can get it. Trying to keep the linebackers and DBs on their toes for a deep ball.
You mentioned it there, Ryan Brass, only 196 pass attempts, 204 on the ground. He's going to keep this one here, runs it up the middle, designed run play, makes a push for the 24-yard line on a gain of about 4 when they started on the 20 with a touchback, so picks up nearly half the chains. It will actually give him 5 there on the push forward from the offensive line. About 4.5, Jacob Asbeck got in on the tackle for the Firebirds, and now a 2nd and 6 on the way for the Elder Panthers offense.
Yeah, design QB draw right there, but they pulled the guards to the right side. So they're pulling guards on a QB draw. I don't see that often, but again, that's one of their recipes for success is just running Ryan Brass right down the middle.
Ryan Brass comes out in shotgun as blockers to both sides. The man in motion will be Miras to the left side. Brass, bootleg pass, rolls out to his left. Pressure from Jacob Asbeck. He avoids a sack. Brass crosses the line of scrimmage, makes a push for the line to gain. He's right on it. It looks like it should be an Elder Panthers first down, depending on where they spot this football, and the chains will move as the ball goes down right on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just like all year. Great coverage down the field on the rollout. He's looking for somebody. Couldn't find anybody. He's a great improviser. That's definitely one of his more underrated skill sets, but just did enough. He's a big body. He's hard to take down, so just doing enough to move the chains for Elder.
Elder, quick break on their huddle here. We'll see Brass with a back out to his right. He's going to hand it off here. It's Thaman. Thaman making a push up the middle, dives after a gain of about 5, picks up 5.5 on his first carry of the evening. Thaman, 65 carries heading into today, 270 yards. And we didn't expect to see him a whole lot today, but a very powerful first run up the middle.
Yeah, and I think the D-line and linebackers are going to be out there they got to be on their toes. I mean, they got to be ready for that. They're predicting a Ryan Brass run almost every play, but again, a handoff will throw you off every once in a while, so you got to stay disciplined on that D-line.
Brass out in a shotgun look, multiple blockers up front. Heavy set look here for the Elder Panthers offense. Brass takes a snap, designed run. It's a draw up the middle, hits the defensive line like a wall. Multiple Firebirds in there. Most notably the nose tackle, Jonas Griffith, plugging up the hole in the middle. And Brass is going to go down with about half a yard on the carry. A 3rd and 4 upcoming from the Elder Panthers, 3rd, 36.
Yeah, Jonas is going to be huge this game. They're going to be running draws, it seems like almost every other play. So he's got to be a wall in there. He cannot get pushed off the line. If he gets pushed off the line, that opens up the gaps for Brass to run, and that's where he does all of his damage. So he's got to be fundamentally sound tonight.
Brass is going to come out in shotgun with Thaman to his left. 3 receivers out wide. Now Thaman motioning to be the 3rd out wide to the right. Fire across the middle. It is caught, and it is complete to the tight end, Braden Boeing. his 8th completion on the year, but it is good for the first down. He'll go down about the 41-yard line of Elder Panthers territory, so the chains move for the second time on the night in this Elder Panthers offense. Very heavy on the offensive side of the ball for both of these teams to begin tonight's ball game.
Yeah, and Coach Hulse took a gamble right there. He sent a little bit of pressure up the middle. Almost got home, but when you send a tight end, especially the size of him, on a vertical route for 5 yards, he's going to be open, especially in soft zone coverage. So good play call by Elder there just to pick up the first down.
Quick break out of the huddle. Ball on the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. It's a handoff. Thaman cuts it to the right, and it'll be brought down at the ankles, I believe, and it was Finn Mason in on the tackle there. Ball will be spotted at about the 47-yard line. Gain of about 6. It'll be called 2nd and 4 from the Panthers' 47. 4.5 minutes remain in quarter number 1 here from Firebird Field.
I think one of the problems that I'm watching here is Elder's really getting a quick break. They're not giving the West defense any time at all to make checks at all or make any personnel changes. They're up to the line quick because they know that West likes to move around and look at the formation and play off of that, but Elder's keeping it quick.
2nd and 4, another quick break. And the shotgun, it's Brass. He's going to hand it to Thaman. Thaman staggers at the offensive line there. He's going to jar himself forward for about an extra yard. 3rd and 3 off the gain of about a solid 1. Ball will go down on the 48, maybe even the 47.5. A pretty generous spot for the Lakota West defense. And another crucial 3rd down up and coming.
Yeah, this is a big one right here. 3rd and 3. You're at about midfield. You want to get off the field here. Give your offense another opportunity. But as that time ticks, Elder's got possession. That's not what you want.
Bit of a slower break. Shotgun look for Brass. 3 receivers out wide to his left, 1 out wide to the right. Brass takes the shotgun snap, fires across the middle, finds his leading receiver, Josh Mearis. He'll go down at about the Firebird 40-yard line. An easy gain for a first down there. Panthers breaking into enemy territory for the first time here tonight as they keep this football moving.
And that was just a fake screen, wide receiver screen on the far side. Send 2 guys vertical, send 1 guy back on the line of scrimmage. Worked well because it looked like West was playing a soft zone coverage. Just able to pick up 5 yards, and that's all it takes.
Ball will actually go on the 41. Brass off another quick break, hands it off to Thaman, ran to the left. It's a dog pile there. Hard to say where he went down, but he crosses the Lakota West 40. Most likely will go down at the Lakota West 38, and that's exactly where it will be spotted. 2nd and 7 off the 3-yard carry. Ball goes on the left hash mark.
Yeah, if you're Elder, this is exactly what you want. Run a quick pace, and these 3 or 4 or 5-yard runs is all you need to drive down the field. They're not a big play team until they catch you on your toes and throw a deep ball, but again, they're going to punch you in the mouth, and they're going to run the ball.
2.5 minutes remain in the quarter. Another quick break. Brass in the shotgun formation here. Steps up to the line. Calls a quick audible to start this one. Design quarterback draw. He's going to escape up the middle. Hits the 35-yard line before being stopped like a brick wall. At Lakota West defensive front, we've seen him all year, and they continue to shine there. He'll actually get to the 36, so only a gain of about 2 there. 3rd and 5 on the way from the Firebird 36 as we hit the 2-minute mark in the quarter.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 right here. You can predict what I would think here would be a quick pass from Elder. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes and run maybe a man coverage here if you're West defense. Not a soft zone coverage to give up a couple yards, because you can't give up a couple yards here. You're 5 yards to go. So Elder, look for a quick pass right here.
Elder a little slower out of the break. Shotgun look again for Brass. It'll be Thaman to his left. 2 receivers out wide to Brass's right. Man in motion as Thaman goes out wide right. Brass looks to fire deep to the west sideline. It is caught. That is Drew Murphy, who continues to shed tackles at the 15-yard line. He's not going to get much further, but the Elder Panthers working with a 1st and 10 from that Firebird 15-yard line. They break into the red zone for the first time tonight, and they have a chance to take the lead if they can find the end zone here before quarter end. There is a Firebird down on the field. Grant Bierman was in on the tackle. I do not know if that is him. We will try and get a number for you. He's being blocked by that Firebird sideline, so it is hard to say. Ball will go down at that 15-yard line as we still try and get a number for you. Grant Bierman is still up and on the field, so it is not the linebacker for the Firebirds. Jordan, did you get a number on that one?
I did not. I'm going to be honest.
He gets up here. That is, I believe, that is Bukhari Miles wearing the number 2. He steps off to the sideline. He is able to walk off on his own weight as the injury timeout will come to an end here from Lakota West. Ball on the 15-yard line, the right hash mark, after Drew Murphy able to come up with a massive catch down the field on that Firebird sideline.
And I think that was a blown coverage right there. I'm not sure. Maybe Bakari fell down or something, but he was wide open. That's definitely not the coverage that they were running right there.
Brass to the shotgun, 3 receivers out wide, 2 left, 1 right. Brass takes a snap. He's going to step up and run on another draw play. Pushes forward for about 3 through the chaos caused by the offensive line. He will end up going down only about 2.5 to 3 on that carry. Great job on the Firebirds defense part, stopping that design run.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, I mean, you got to be disciplined. That's the name of the game here today, especially going up against a GCL school. They're going to run the ball all the way down until they get that opportunity to throw the deep ball like we just saw before. But, I mean, yeah, just predicting a lot of runs, but you got to stay fundamentally disciplined. You can't lack off on one assignment. It'll bite you in the butt.
Ball on the 13, 2nd and 8, inside 30 seconds on the quarter. Man in motion is Thaman out wide to the right. Brass looks to throw, fires right, and it is caught. That is Josh Miris going down, making a catch on his knees in that bottom right corner of the Lakota West end zone as the lights flash by mistake here for the Elder Panthers as they just took the lead here at Firebird Field. It is 6-3 before the point after attempt as the Firebirds lose their early 3-0 lead after an incredibly well pieced together Panthers offensive drive.
Yeah, that's something that we don't see too often, getting burned on man-to-man coverage. That was outside linebacker Asbeck on him right there, but outside linebacker on a wide receiver, you like that matchup if you're Elder, and once again, staying fundamental. They were able to get 6 right there.
Penalty flags down on the field before Joe Roth comes out to attempt the PAT. And it will be a defensive flag, so it will move the Elder Panthers up closer towards the goal line. It is an encroachment call on the Firebirds line. Roth will stay out to attempt this PAT. They will not be encouraged to go for 2, at least for the time being. It does not look like it.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. Encroachment on the extra point. Just got to stay disciplined.
Thaman the holder. Roth will be out as the kicker on the PAT. 17 seconds remain in the quarter. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And it nearly hits that scoreboard behind the post. It is up and it is good. 7-3 our score here from Firebird Field. 17 seconds remain in the first quarter. Firebirds with the ball when we return on Lakota West Student Broadcasting.
Number 1, Brennan Remy, and number 4, Giovanni
Joe Roth
Wilson.
back out to kick this one away for the Elder Panthers as they come back with the lead in hand, 7-3, after the incredible receiving touchdown from Josh Miris, the first team all-GCL receiver here tonight for the Elder Panthers. This one booted away. Giovanni Wilson back deep will let this one bounce one time into the back of the end zone. Firebirds will come out at the 20-yard line after they stalled on a great offensive possession their first and last time out. They got inside the 15-yard line, and things went downhill from there. Elder really stepping up on a defensive unit that has seemingly struggled all year long.
Yeah, and it looked like the offense went downfield at will. So, judging on that first offensive drive from Elder, you're going to want to get 6 on every drive if you're the offense.
Wiles will come out in a shotgun look here, 4 receivers wide, 2 to each side. Jet sweep look. This is Giovanni Wilson. Runs it, cuts it up across the middle. Gain of 3 as he dives forward from that offensive line. 2nd and 7 up and coming. He goes down in the middle of the hash marks. Clock will run, and time will expire on the first quarter of play. We will flip sides of the field as we head to our second set of 12 minutes. The score stands the Elder Panthers 7 and the Lakota West Firebirds 3. Don't go anywhere here on Lakota West Student Broadcasting, our radio-only broadcast tonight due to OHSAA regulations. But we thank you for sticking with us. I'm Nick Johnson, taking you along the way tonight with our analyst Jordan Howe. Don't go anywhere. Firebird football when we come back.
Second down and 7.
Back with the football here, Sam Wiles will start in a shotgun look with Braden Johnson to his right. He fakes the handoff. He's going to escape this one up the middle on 2nd and 7. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd and 7 upcoming for the Firebirds.
Quarterback draw up the middle, design, QB run. That Elder front doing a great job holding him. I mean, there was no room to run. Offensive line didn't get a good push right there. Sets up 3rd and 7. This is unfamiliar territory for West going through the air, especially on medium to deep routes. So I'm curious to see what they do right here.
The way Elder was converting those 3rd downs earlier, all of these offensive possessions highly important for the Firebirds. Wiles and a shotgun look here. Luca Gilbert will be the man in the backfield. Wiles left. He takes a shotgun snap, fires, finds Gilbert. It is caught. He makes a push for the line to gain. He's going to come up about a yard short before he hits the Elder Panthers defense like a brick wall. 4th and 1 up and coming as we just broke into this new second quarter. And as it stands, it looks like the offensive unit going to stay out on the turf. And here come the big boys, Elijah Davis, Gabe Flores, and the nose tackle Jonas Griffith. Micah Markley and Braden Johnson even coming in here as Wiles will stay out. Play clock at 20 seconds and counting. Now Jacob Asbeck marching onto the field. They're going to call this 2 feet to the first down marker on 4th.
Leave no doubt, 4th and 2, you're always going to go for this, especially in a playoff game.
Wiles under center. It's going to be a direct snap. Wildcat Braden Johnson. He's easily got the first. Crosses the 35-yard line to the 47. Well up past the first down marker. It is first down. Lakota West Firebirds as they keep this moving. Under 10.5 minutes to play in the second quarter before we head to the locker rooms. That was a much-needed conversion for these Firebirds after a defense that gave up 4 third down conversions on a single drive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a close game all night. It's going to be those plays that decide the game, whether we win or lose. 4th and 2, 4th and 1, 4th and inches, doesn't matter. Always going to go for that.
Wiles with a shotgun look. He's got Braden Johnson to his left. Jet sweep. It's a handoff to Brennan Remy. He's got it across the 40. Makes a push to the 42. Picks up half the chains there on a gain of about 6 yards. It'll be about 2nd and 4. They're actually going to call it 2nd and 5. Brennan Remy picking up half there on a jet sweep. Not the first time we've seen that play tonight, and it seemingly continues to work.
Yeah, that's just a classic West play right there. Jet sweep either to G or to Remy. Works either way.
Men in motion here. It's Gilbert and Cordell Atkins up on the line of scrimmage. Braden Johnson in the backfield to Wiles left. Johnson will get this handoff. Crosses the line of scrimmage at the 42. Moves in a dogfight to the 45-yard line. About 2 yards to the line again. A 3rd and 2 up and coming for the Firebirds. And another crucial conversion needed here as we're approaching the 9-minute mark in the quarter. Ball will be down on this right hash here on that Firebird sideline. So away from the Elder Panthers crowd noise. Of course, Elder traveling well, and it shows here tonight.
Oh, yeah. They had a good tailgate going before the game, but they definitely bring the people. 3rd and 2 here. They're definitely getting loud a little bit. Can't affect them. Sam Wiles has got to be in the zone right here.
Another shotgun look. Brennan Remy out wide left. Trey Barnett out wide right. Braden Johnson motions up to be an extra blocker to the right of Sam Wiles. Wiles takes a snap. Quick fire out to Johnson. Bobbles the football. He doesn't end up coming up with it. And that could have been a big conversion there, but instead it falls to the turf incomplete. And we'll see if there's another deliberation here on the west sideline whether or not to go with this one. And they bring out the big boys again before Wiles will trot off the field. There is no Joe Marquardt on that field just yet, though. This might be another direct snap here to Braden Johnson as they come out in the same formation we just saw a few plays ago.
Like I said, leave no doubt. 4th, 2, 1. inches, they're going to go for it.
Braden Johnson, direct snap, 4th and 2. Moves up the middle, fights through the pile. Firebirds say they have it. Elder says they stopped it right up there on that 47-yard line where the yard marker is.
Number 22, Braden Johnson on the carry.
Still no signal from the refs. Elder confident they have it. This might be a measurement play. And it is looking like an Elder football. We'll see where they spot it. Still deliberation, and it looks like they are going to go get the chains and measure here. So we'll get a quick timeout for measurement on this 4th and 2 play. We can't get a great look at the ball where it's at, but it looks to be right on that 47-yard line. This might be an index card away from that line to gain.
Yeah, it could go either way right here. They're going to measure it, though. They're going to give it to you right here.
They bring out the chains, not looking promising where it lies. And Elder's got at least 6 inches between that ball and the line. That's a turnover on downs. The Braden Johnson punch up the gut will go unsuccessful. 8.5 minutes remain before we head to half. Elder stopping the Firebirds on another stalled offensive drive. And now they will have a chance to increase that lead from 7-3.
Yeah, and if you're Elder, this is exactly what you want. You're already in your own territory at about the 47-yard line. I mean, what more can you ask? They're going to keep the ball on the ground for sure. They're going to keep the possession. That's another thing. Keeping possession if you're Elder. You don't want this West offense to have the ball.
47-yard line.
Brass is going to come out in another shotgun look. Thame in the back out to his right. This will be a fake handoff. Brass electing to keep it. He's got room up the middle. Easy first down. Crosses the 25, the 20. And he'll go down an ankle tackle from Bakari Miles, who makes a return to the football game after going down with an apparent injury on that last defensive drive. Elder now working inside the red zone. That ball is going to go down on the 21-yard line. So actually a West-friendly spot there. It looked like on the dive, Brass might have even hit the 19. But the Elder Panthers, nevertheless, still working with a 1st and 10, really close to that end zone.
Yeah, read option there. Having 3 linemen in on a read option, something like that, I mean, you can't have it. They're going to bring in another lineman right here. They're going quick, though.
And you said it, another quick break here. Brass going to hand this one off. It'll be Thaman who's going to get no farther than the line of scrimmage. Might have even be stopped about a half-yard shy. Actually going to give him a couple inches on that carry. So still, for the most part, 2nd and 10 up and coming for these Elder Panthers. Now inside 8 minutes to play, they'll be spotted on the right hash at the 20.5-yard line.
Yeah, they've got 4 down linemen in there now, really trying to stop the run game. That's been the biggest problem so far besides the 1 passing touchdown, which you just got to stay disciplined. Discipline's the name of the game. You got to keep your assignments on.
Ryan Brass shotgun look. Damon, the man in motion, comes across behind him. It fakes the handoff across the middle. Brass going to roll out to his right, scrambles. He'll go out of bounds at about the 19-yard line, gain of 2. It'll be about a 3rd and 7 from inside the red zone now officially for these Elder Panthers. And this is a big chance to force at max 3 points if you can come up with this stop. Ball will be spotted exactly on that 19 on the right hash as Brass went out on the Elder sideline.
Yeah, great job by Eli Davis. He was in there first, getting that pressure. Made him roll out to the right. Again, no room to run. Sets up at about a 3rd and 8 here. This is unfamiliar territory for Elder. They don't like going through the air when West can predict it with these DBs.
Lots of motion prior to the snap. Thaman will settle out to the left of Brass in the shotgun. Brass with all day to throw, back in the pocket. He's going to step back to his right under more pressure, and he's going to go down. In on the sack for the Firebirds, number 9, Gabe Flores. And boy, what a defensive stand from the Firebirds inside the red zone. The chains get backed up to the 27-yard line. Gabe Flores with a big tackle for loss behind the line of scrimmage on Brass.
I mean, it seemed like he had all day to throw back there, but when you got DBs like this, the coverage unit is spectacular, and that's all it takes. Gabe Flores getting in there quick. They're staying out there on 4th down.
Elder's breaking the huddle here, either trying to draw West off sides or they're going for 4th and 16 from the 27-yard line. The crowd is loud on this West side. Brass takes a snap. It's official. They're going for it. Has time in the pocket. He's going to fire to the 15-yard line. It is complete. He goes down on the 16. The line to gain is on the 16. He might have come up a bit short from our angle. This might be another measurement timeout. It's going to go at about the 16 and a quarter. And it's looking like this could be another measurement timeout right here. And the chains are going to move for the Elder Panthers. They're not even going to measure. A 4th down and 16 conversion for Brass and the Panthers offense, keeping this drive alive on what could have been a big momentum shift.
What a gutsy call. 4th and 16. You're not a passing offense. You go out there and you complete a pass for 16 yards. That's crazy.
1st and 10 from the 16. Brass on the bootleg. Rolls out to his right. Under pressure from Asbeck. Throws to the right sideline. Incomplete. Tabron Bennie-Powell in on the coverage. Although that pass intended for Drew Murphy inside the 10 will fall incomplete at the hands of Murphy. Not so much the defensive back, Bennie-Powell.
Yeah, judging on this drive, I mean, 3 points would be an absolute win for this West defense. You're already struggling, you know, because they got the ball at their own 46-yard line, and making a gutsy call like that, that's crazy to go for it on 4th and a mile. But 2nd and 10, you got to stop him here. You got to make him get 3 points.
5:50 on the 2nd quarter game clock. Brass takes to the shotgun here. He's going to be a design draw up the middle. Inside the 5, makes a push for the goal line. He's going to go down at about the 1.5. There is a 1st down marker on that 1-yard line. He might have got it with a reach there last second, and they are going to lift the chain. So a 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line where they spot this football. Another big defensive stand coming up for the boys in black and red.
Oh, yeah, and I mean another quarterback design draw, keeping the West defense on their toes. You run a couple run plays like that, and you mix that in up the middle, it's hard to stop. But, again, discipline's the name of the game. You got to stay disciplined every single play, especially on that front, because they're leaning heavy on it.
Elder taking their time in the huddle before breaking quick. Brass takes the snap, draw up the middle, and he's going to be able to walk in for the score. That's another Elder Panthers touchdown. The score moves 13-3 prior to the point after attempt. And once again, the lights are going to go here for the Elder Panthers. A little bit of miscommunication on these lights here tonight in the press box. And it is worth noting that the Elder Panthers score their most points per quarter in the second with 11.3 heading into the day. But both teams usually slower heading out of the locker rooms for the second half. So the Firebirds definitely going to be looking to get something going in the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, you've got to get some type of points on the board. He knocks this one through.
Bit of an ugly snap. The hold will save it as the kick is up and good. 14-3 our score. We're going to take another quick step aside here on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. Firebirds receiving the kickoff when we come back. Ready to boot this kickoff away is Joe Roth in the purple and white for the Elder Panthers after they secure their second touchdown score of the night to move this ball game to a 14-3 lead. As also taking a look around the tournament, it's the Hamilton Big Blue currently leading the Princeton Vikings 7-0. The winner of this game will take on either the Big Blue or the Vikings as Brendan Remy takes this kickoff at the 5. He's going to run with it, spins through a tackle at the 20. He will get tripped up, moves to about the 21.5, 22, where the first down marker will be spotted. Firebirds desperate need of points here on this drive.
Yeah, if you're Bolden, the question is, how can you get down the field while using these 5 minutes wisely? You don't want to give Elder the ball back before half, but you want to get down the field proficiently, and you want to get at least 3 points on the board going into halftime. So we'll see if he can answer that question here with Wiles in the backfield.
Wiles taking to the shotgun. He's got Johnson out to his left. Two receivers out to the wide left of Wiles, but he hands it off to Johnson, who rumbles to the 30-yard line, to the 25, the 40, staying on his feet, toe tapping along the west sideline, goes out of bounds up past the 40-yard line of Panthers territory. And that's the big energy play that West needed to get this drive off and running.
Yeah, you saw it was a big play earlier. It's that read option again. He pulls it. He's making great reads. Elder's biting on it, which is not normally what they do, but if they're biting on it, you take it because Wiles is extremely athletic and he uses it so well, picking up at least 20 yards on every single read option.
Heavy set look here for the Firebirds. Lots of blocking as Wiles returns to the shotgun. Johnson also in the backfield, showing he's a threat there. He'll get another run here to the right side. Pickup of about 5 as he's able to power his way, drops the shoulder pad to the 45-yard line of Panthers territory. Half the chains on first down. 2nd and 5 up and coming from the right hash mark. 4.5 until we head to the locker rooms here from Westchester.
Yeah, that was a counter play to the boundary right there here on this near side. Sam Wiles took his first step left, handed it off to Braden Johnson going to the right. Little misdirection trying to get the Elder defense on their toes. It kind of worked. It got 5 yards. Nice little gain right there. Just got to keep the momentum and the pace going.
Johnson now the back out to the right of Sam Wiles in the shotgun here. Barnett and Remy out wide left. Remy cuts across in the jet motion. Wiles going to keep it, however, staggers and spins for about 2 up the middle. It'll move to about a 3rd and 3 from the Elder Panthers 47-yard line. A yard marker that is very familiar for the Firebirds, where they got stopped on their last time out. This time they'll be on a 3rd down, 3 yards to that first down marker, exactly at midfield on the 50.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is 4 down territory, but it is mandatory that you get this first down. You got to get some points on the board before halftime. Because, again, West is not necessarily a second-half team. You got to come out with the momentum and try to get some points right here.
Johnson in the backfield, 4 wide look. Johnson now wide to the left. He's going to get the quick out pass from Sam Wiles. Across the 50, now the 45 of Panthers territory. Gets dragged down by the knees. And it looks like there's an injured Panther coming up on that play. And on the tackle was number 19, Max Stallmeyer, the safety in his senior year. He'll hobble off to the sideline after bringing down Braden Johnson on that first down carry.
Yeah, that's something that we don't see a lot. They ran Braden Johnson on the bubble right there. You don't see him in the passing game a lot. He's always using in the run game, but I'm glad they're mixing it up. They're giving them different looks. They're keeping Elder on their toes, making it as less predictable as possible.
Another 4 wide look. Wiles in the shotgun, takes the high snap, fires across the middle. Quick out to Brennan Remy on the 40-yard line. Breaks through the first tackle, dives forward for about 4 more, as he's going to be up to about the 36-yard line, about a yard shy of the line to gain, situated on that 35, maybe 34 and a half. They will officially call it 2nd and 2. 2.5 minutes remain in half number 1 here from Lakota West, as Braden Johnson returns to the backfield here. West moving quickly. This will be handed off. Johnson runs right side, inside the 35, makes a push for the 30, and it'll be brought down by a pack of Elder Panthers, notably in on that tackle, Joey DiTullio, who had an interception in a big win against Oak Hills last week. He'll wrap up Johnson there, but not before, rather. He picks up that first down.
Yeah, they're doing a great job keeping the clock rolling, keeping possession on our side. Still, again, when you get in the field goal territory, you're just on the fringe of field goal territory. So, again, trying to take your time, but, again, you got to get a couple yards at least every play. So they're going to come out shotgun and empty.
2 minutes remain. Ball on the Panthers 32. Wiles in shotgun. Man in motion is Giovanni Wilson. Wiles going to elect to keep this one. Moves it up the left middle. Crosses that 30-yard line. Gain of about 2 on the carry. 2nd and 8 up and coming from exactly the 30. About 1:45 remaining on the clock, as we will see Braden Johnson make a return to the game after Giovanni Wilson stepped in for him on the last play.
Yeah, G was in the slot right there. Fake orbit motion to the option. Elected to keep it because that's what he does on the option. He's so athletic. Get a couple yards.
Wiles in the shotgun, hands this one off. Braden Johnson ran out to the right sideline. He's going to break many tackles across the 25, makes a dive for the 22. He will go down. It looks like he came up with that first down, and the chains will begin to move as he hit that 22-yard line. Firebirds come out with a 1st and 10. The clock stops temporarily for the chains on 1 minute, 16 seconds before it gets moving again. Firebirds taking their time with a quick pause as they need points on this drive. Wiles in shotgun once again. Fakes the handoff to Johnson. Quick out to Brennan Remy in the flat. He catches at the 15-yard line, goes down on some quick contact. Gain of 8. Looks like it'll be about 2 to that first down marker, as Lakota West will call a timeout by the looks of it. So after the gain of 8, 2nd and 2, clock will stop on 56 seconds for a Lakota West timeout. Now let's stay here for a minute, Jordan, and talk about what you think these Firebirds are going to draw up inside the final minute and a half. I got to think you're playing for the end zone here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and you're going to see a lot of quick fires. It's going to be a quick fire to either G in the slot or maybe send Remy on a post or something. Remy's going to be in the end zone. If he's going to get the ball, he's going to be in the end zone. He's the deep threat. Barnett's your middle guy, and G's your short guy. He's the guy that's going to, catch the 5-yard outs, catch the 5-yard curls. So staying here, I think it'll be some quick fires for sure. You're not running the ball in this situation. Although they leaned on it heavy, knowing they can get a couple yards, got to go to the air right here.
And it looks like they are going to give Remy a bad spot. They'll call him down on the 17-yard line. So now 2nd down and 5 with 56 seconds remaining in the half. Wiles out in shotgun. Johnson the back to his right. It'll be a handoff in here left side. Johnson cutting back up towards the middle, making a push for that 10-yard line. Well up past that line to gain. We'll see where they spot it officially. It'll go to the 12-yard line. First down marker will be placed on the 2. Clock stops on 47 seconds. Another timeout taken, I believe. Or no, they will not call a timeout. They stop the clock quickly to move those chains. West going to let this clock run, and now they will take their timeout. Bolden may be happy about a late timeout call there. Or maybe this is going to go against Elder.
I think it's because their band is covering up the play clock in the end zone.
It is because of the play clock. That is a good call there. Band getting ready for the halftime show, maybe. That is Elder's band. Elder traveling to Firebird Field along with the football team. So West dealing with a stopped clock here on 39 seconds. Not exactly a bad thing in this situation. As we're about to get underway here, 1st and 10, 39 seconds remain. Ball spotted. That'll be the 12-yard line. Wiles returns the shotgun here. Johnson the back to his right. Atkins and Gilbert, the men in motion up front. The big men motioning out wide right. Wiles hands it off to Johnson. Wiles is going to keep this. Fakes everybody out on the handoff. He's pushing inside the 5-yard line. Makes a real solid shot for that line to gain. It doesn't look like he's going to get there, but Sam Wiles, how about that fake? And you were calling for it up here in the booth. A big timeout there for the Firebirds. That'll be their 2nd of this half of football with 19 seconds remain. He will pick up 8 on that carry. Ran to the left side, 2nd and 2. That ball going to be down on the 4-yard line. How'd you like that play call, Jordan?
I mean, I love it. I mean, they're sticking with the run game. It just shows you how much confidence they have in that run game. And hand it off to Braden Johnson or letting Sam Wiles keep it, just like we saw right there on that play. He's so good on the ground, and this ground attack has been working to this point. About 19 seconds. With the way this run game is going, you got to keep with the run game right here. You still got a timeout left, so there's no rush, but still at least 3 plays to get into the end zone for sure.
And of course, we've got chaos of our own going on here, but Princeton tying up that game against the Big Blue, 7 apiece. As we got 19 seconds here, West with 1 timeout remaining. Ball on the 4-yard line. A first down will stand at the 2. Wiles, the lone man in shotgun. Jet sweep look, this one for Remy. He's going to keep it, makes a dive for the end zone. Looks like Michael Jordan going up for it. This play is going to be blown dead right at that goal line. No touchdown signal. And West making a call for the timeout. And they will get it with 12 seconds. Their 3rd and final timeout of the half. I got to think that ball was no farther from the goal line than that half-yard line. How about Brennan Remy going Air Brennan on that goal line, trying hard for that touchdown with 12 seconds.
Yeah, he did like a twist in midair trying to get past that goal line. He was just a couple inches short. 12 seconds here. You got first down inside of the 1.
From where we are, I'm pretty sure they have that ball spotted with the nose on that goal line. I don't think it can get closer.
There's only one thing you can do in this situation. That's a QB sneak. That's a tush push. This is a Philadelphia Eagles special right here.
Of course, with 12 seconds, no West timeouts remaining. Down's not an issue. You pick up the first down on the last play, but you do got to worry about what this clock is going to look like.
Yeah, this could easily be the last play of the half right here.
Both stands getting loud at this point. Under center is going to be one of the big men. I can't get a number there. but it's going to be a direct snap. Braden Johnson cuts to the right side, brought down, reaches across the goal line. He got across the goal line. Touchdown, West Side. Braden Johnson fighting through the contact. And not so much of a tush push, but Braden Johnson fighting for the first West 6 of the night.
True sophomore makes true plays. Ran to the right side. He was one-on-one with that man. Just a yard short. He was able to avoid him and just reach the ball across the goal line. West absolutely needed that. What a call from Bolden to have that confidence in Braden Johnson.
7 seconds will remain here on the half as Braden Benner comes out for the PAT. The kick is up, line drive boot is up, and it is good. Now a 4-point game here from Firebird Field. It's the Elder Panthers 14 and the Lakota West Firebirds with 10. We'll come back with the final 7 seconds to play in the first half after this quick timeout up here in the booth on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. Braden Benner after the PAT out for this place kick here. 7 seconds remain. We'll see if they elect to squib kick it to the Elder Panthers. As the ball placed on the tee at the 40-yard line.
Back deep to receive. Number 16.
Benner, the swing of the leg, line drive kick.
Cooper Sandus.
And it'll be received at the 1-yard line. The receiver takes a step back into the end zone. It is not called. Elder going to try and return this one all the way to the house, but they'll go down at the 20. 1 second will remain on the first half play clock. And the Firebird fans wanting to head to the locker rooms here. The boos start to rain down, but the Boo Birds will be to no avail. Elder going to try and run out one more play before this half.
I don't know if you saw, but Bolden is up here screaming at the press box.
Yeah,
Maybe trying to get a little home field advantage on the clock.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a late start, what the fans were booing about. But, I mean, if you're Bolden, I think you have every single right to complain about this 1 second. But Elder, nevertheless, will take a knee to finish out this first half of football. We head to the locker rooms, 14-10 Elder Panthers. But the Firebirds starting to catch a little fire and momentum, starting to get hot here before we head to our final 24 minutes to play. We'll head to the third quarter in about 25 minutes or so when we return here on Lakota West Student Broadcasting, taking you along the way tonight on our radio coverage. I'm Nick Johnson alongside our analyst Jordan Hauk. We'll see you in about 25 on the other side.
Not a mile.
Back with another half of football here from Firebird Field here in the Lakota West Student Broadcast booth, taking you along the way for the Final 24. I'm Nick Johnson alongside our analyst and resident soup expert, Jordan Hauk, as we learned last week. And Firebirds getting ready to boot this one away. They stand in the losing spot on the scoreboard, 14-10, entering the third quarter. But don't let the score fool you. They gained some serious momentum on that last drive. This game just coming down to the defense, as we mentioned at half.
Yeah, and if anybody thought this was going to be a cakewalk game, you're dead wrong. This is the GCL. This is round 2 of the playoffs. Anybody can be anybody. Like I said in pregame, throw the seeds out the window because it's on.
Braden Benner with a deep boot out to the back of the end zone. Automatic touchback as it is fielded on the B of the script Firebirds in the black and red end zone as the Elder Panthers moving right to left across your radio dial here tonight. As we can see going on in the comments here, unfortunately we are unable to bring you video coverage of tonight's game. If you want to catch the video, that is on the OHSAA website, partnered with Spectrum. Until we get clearance, I believe, for next year, we'll have to wait to the next football season to cover video again through the playoffs. We should just be radio for the time being, but we appreciate all of you for sticking with us. As we get back to the action here, it'll be Ryan Brass and a shotgun look for the Elder Panthers. He's going to keep it and scramble on a design quarterback draw. He'll keep it up the middle. Ball will be spotted on that 20-yard line for the touchback. He gained about 3 on the push forward. The offensive line able to drag him to a 2nd and 7 on the upcoming play.
Yeah, and the second half story, main story, it's going to be the defense. The defense is the story, and they got to anchor it down. They looked a little sluggish. They got to pick it up, make some adjustments. Hopefully they made some halftime adjustments, especially up at that front, because they're going to run it all day long, especially in the second half. They're really going to use that run game. If you can shut it down, you got a shot right here.
Shotgun look once again for Brass. He's got 3 wide, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Under pressure in the pocket, throws it across the middle. Micah Markley nearly able to get a hand on it, but it will be complete to the 35-yard line. And Elder gonna have the receiver. I couldn't get a number there, but he's gonna spin through a couple of tackles up to roughly the 40-yard line. Couldn't see quite where he went out of bounds on that west sideline, hidden by multiple players. They'll spot it at the 39.5-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Elder Panthers in their own territory.
That was an unbelievable throw by Brass right there. That was the number 4, Josh Myris, I believe. But I mean, that was just a little corner route. Micah came in underneath and he threw it right over his fingertips. It was a great play.
Another quick huddle break. Brass on the naked bootleg pass out to the right. Quick flat. And that play is blown up by Jacob Asbeck. The receiver there, the tight end, Braden Boeing, absolutely lit up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the completion.
Yeah, that was a great play by Asbeck, one-on-one with the tight end. That's the matchup you want if you're the West defense. He was on that all the way. Not sure why he threw it. He probably could have had a better shot if he just threw it out of bounds or scrambled for a couple yards. But nonetheless, great play by the defense. Sets up a 2nd and uncomfortable 9 for Elder.
From the 40-yard line, Brass breaks the huddle. He'll return to shotgun again. 3 receivers out wide to his left on that near sideline. Brass takes a snap, gonna fake out to the flat. He's gonna keep it, draws it up the middle. And how about the Firebird defensive front stuffing him after a gain of only about 1. 3rd and 8 up and coming for the Panthers. But as we saw in the first half, 3rd down conversions are what's keeping them in the lead in tonight's ball game.
Oh yeah, 3rd downs. It's gonna come to it. End of the game, it's gonna be 3rd down. Who can convert it? Who can stop it? 3rd down right here. West is making some noise. You know Elder's going to go through the air, so these DBs have got to be on lockdown on a no-fly zone.
Brass breaks the huddle. They take their time this time. He'll have a back to his left. It's Thaman. 3 receivers out wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right of Brass. Brass takes a shotgun snap. Under pressure off the edge, it's Cam Thomas. On the inside, Elijah Davis nearly able to get to him. Now he has to throw it away and evade a sack. Grant Bierman nearly picks it off on that Elder sideline, but it will fall incomplete. And a big 4th down and 7 forced from the Firebirds defense, their first defensive stop of this night's ball game.
Yeah, they're going to send the punt team out right now, but Davion McCoy in there first, creating the pressure, making him throw it out of bounds. He almost sacked him. He had one hand on him, but nice little play by Brass just to throw the ball out of bounds and keep the keep the yard line where it is. Elder's going to boot it away right here, though.
Caden Eastep out to boot this one to the Firebirds. He's got 7 kicks on the year, 2 inside the 20. He averages 35.5 as that punt nearly blocked. Lots of pressure. Special teams is the Firebirds game that we've seen throughout this year, and not a fantastic kick. It'll head out of bounds in Firebird territory, but not super far into it. Looks like they're going to spot this one on the Firebird 41-yard line. So the Firebirds already working really close to midfield to get this first offensive drive underway, and they ended on some pretty good momentum. Braden Johnson able to fly across the goal line on a big reach that put the Firebirds back within striking range. Made it a 14-10 ball game. We'll see him return to the backfield here along with Sam Wiles. Braden Johnson will be to the right of Wiles. And this 2-wide look for the Firebirds. It'll be a handoff, countered left side. Johnson across the 45, lowers the shoulder pads, makes contact at the 48 where he stumbles down, possibly reaches to the 49 there depending on the spot, but a gain of about 8 or 9 on the ferocious carry from Braden Johnson.
Yeah, they ran that counter play a couple times to this point. It's worked really well. Braden Johnson's got a lot of space. That was on the far side this time. Great blocking by that left side of the O-line. They're doing a great job. Really open up space and letting Braden Johnson do what he does.
Same formation, high snap. Wiles going to fake the handoff. He keeps this one. Makes it to the 46 of Elder Panthers territory before being brought down, but not before being able to pick up the new set of downs. Firebirds keeping the chains in motion to start out this second half of football.
Keeping where the success is on the ground. It's going to be through the read option right there. That was just a read option. On that far side, he kept it. Got a couple yards with the sticks. That's all it takes.
Same 2-wide look. Brennan Remy and Trey Barnett on the near side. Johnson out to the right of Wiles. Quick look to the flat. It's Brennan Remy. Catches at the 45, spins through a couple tackles. Keeps himself on his feet after being tripped up. He'll cross the 40-yard line. They're going to end up spotting this on about the 38-yard line. Brennan Remy picking up 8 on the quick screen to the right side.
And that's Barnett and Remy again putting in the work. Remy doing the carrying and Barnett doing the blocking. He's done a great job blocking all year. They really like attacking him through the blocking, but again, Remy in space is dangerous, and that's really all you need.
Same formation, but they flip it. Remy and Barnett on the far sideline. Atkins and Gilbert, the men in motion, they move up to the left. Braden Johnson takes a handoff, ran left side. He'll be stumbled at about the 37, gain of about a yard. And Elder seems to think they have the football there from the reaction I am seeing. A Firebird is actually down on the play. Lots of confusion here from Firebird Field. It looks like the Firebirds are going to keep this football as I'm trying to get a number for you.
That's Braden Johnson.
That is Braden Johnson, number 22. The officials take a timeout for injury. Ball spotted a yard away from the line to gain on the 37. But now the medical staff tending to Braden Johnson near that west sideline. And this would be a big loss for the Firebirds. Already down your starting back, Junior Gonzalez, with a sprained MCL. And now Braden Johnson, who's been keeping you alive in tonight's ball game. This is not what you want to see, especially towards the end of the season. You just want to keep your guys healthy and moving through this season.
Yeah, next man up is Cordell Atkins. We've seen him here tonight as a fullback in some formations, but he's got to step up and be that back. So they're going to help him off the field. He is not walking on his own power. I'd say light pressure.
As you mentioned there, the impact on the team, Cordell Atkins has been up in motion with Luca Gilbert on the package the Firebirds like to use with those extra blockers. Now that begs the question, who's going to come in at that fullback spot? We'll see if they stick with the running back depth, or maybe they switch to maybe a tight end, possibly a Jack Barella type, or maybe a defender. But Junior Gonzalez, he's got his jersey on. He's in this game where Atkins was. Atkins will take to the right of Wiles in the backfield. Gonzalez is in as a blocker. Brennan Remy in a jet sweep motion. He takes the handoff, crosses the 35, spins through the first tackle at the 30-yard line, dives for the 29. An easy first down pickup for the Firebirds as they keep the ball moving downfield inside 7 minutes in the third quarter as Brennan Remy keeps the chains moving for the Firebirds here tonight.
Classic West play. Another jet sweep, and Remy hit the B button as soon as he got outside the tackles. Spins for a couple. Got a lot more. Got the first down and a lot more on that one.
From the 29-yard line, same formation we've been seeing. Wiles hands this one off. It's Cordell Atkins. Crosses the 30. Gets a push back to the line of scrimmage on that right hash. Looks like it'll go for no gain. keeps the clock running on the ball inbounds, and the chains do not move.
Counter play to the boundary right here on our near side. Not a lot of running room for Atkins, but just trying to do what he can. Elder does a great job swarming to the ball. Not a lot of space to work with, and you run plays this boundary. It'll second and 10 right here.
4 wide look, Luka Gilbert in as an extra blocker to the right of Sam Wiles. Remy motioning across, now 2 receivers wide to each side. Wiles takes the shotgun snap, fires right side, finds Luka Gilbert, caught at the knees, goes down and gets it. He'll be tackled at the 11-yard line with an easy first down pickup. How about those Firebirds keeping the ball moving on offense?
Yeah, that was a great grab by Luka. He went down there and got it. That was a wheel route by the tight end on the right side here to the boundary. Had a lot of room to work with, but he was able. That throw was at his ankles, and he's a tall dude, so bending down that far to make a grab like that was a pretty great play by Luka.
Yeah, usually you see a lot of overthrows, and we've seen some tonight on the goal line. Luka Gilbert having to go up and get it. Rarely do you see him have to go down, and there's good reason for it.
Yeah.
We'll see the 2 wide formation. Gonzalez and Gilbert the extra blockers. Cordell Atkins the back to the right. Cordell Atkins going to go out right. Block for Wiles, who keeps it inside the pylon. Touchdown, West Side. Sam Wiles putting the Firebirds on top. No penalty flags on the field, and the Firebirds take the lead on their home turf in the playoffs.
What a play. That was a designed quarterback run to the boundary on the right side. Not a lot of space to work with again. Sam Wiles making it happen, but a key block by Cordell Atkins. What an unbelievable block. That made the play happen. Had the last man sawed off and was able to sneak past Sam Wiles into the goal line.
And what did I say? What did you say, rather? They like him at that fullback position, and I'll tell you why. There's a reason they like him. He doesn't get as much playing time as maybe he deserves, but let me tell you, and a running back room as deep as Lakota West has, he's definitely a shining star when he gets a chance to come in and get some extra carries. But in the meantime, with 5:20 remaining in the third quarter, West will now lead 17-14. We're going to take a quick step aside. West to boot it away to the Elder Panthers when we return on Lakota West Student Broadcasting.
Number 19,
Braden Benner out after the Firebirds reclaim the lead by once again a 3-point margin. 17-14 our score as Benner boots us up and away with 5 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in this quarter. He boots it through the back of the end zone, and for only the second time tonight, the Firebird defense will march out onto the field with a 3-point lead. West finally up in that win column so far in this quarter.
Yeah, and the West defense on that first drive looked really strong. Got to look good here too. Managing with a 3-point lead, not a lot of room for error. So all these guys got to step up and stay disciplined and keep on their assignments. We can win this game.
Ball spotted on the 20 of Elder Panther territory after the touchback. First down marker looms on the 30. Brass will take to the shotgun. He's got a back to his left. It's Thaman. Fakes the handoff. Design quarterback run. And an impressive stuff up the middle. How about it? Eli Davis wreaking havoc up the middle. Knocking down Brass for a loss of 1.
Eli Davis, like you just said, he's in there first. He was on that quarterback the entire time. That was his assignment. He stayed to it, stayed true to it, didn't bite on the fake. And was able to get a loss of 1. And a great play by this West front.
A 5-minute mark has been hit in this quarter. A 2nd and 11 up and coming from the Elder Panther 19-yard line. West, what did I tell you, out of that locker room with momentum after the first touchdown? They pick up another, and now the defense starting to hopefully get this ball going as well. Brass, shotgun snap under duress again. Tries to evade Eli on the left side. Now he's got to deal with Asbeck. Ball comes loose. Ball popped loose by Jacob Asbeck. Who has the football? West says they have it. And it looks like it is going to remain Elder Panther football. But how about Jacob Asbeck and Elijah Davis combining to strip that football? And now it looks like there's a holding call on the play. Flags out late here.
Yeah, that was on Elder.
That was a holding on Elijah Davis. Evidently didn't work as Eli combining with Asbeck. And the ref misspeaks. It will be third down here after the holding penalty.
The fumble was recovered by Elder.
The momentum is up right here. Third and long. They're deep in their own territory. An easy way to get off the field. You got to get off the field right here. Keep this offense rolling.
And the penalty will be declined by head coach Tom Bolden and the Lakota West Firebirds. 4.5 minutes. Elder up against a 3rd and 11 from their own 19-yard line. Brass with 4 wide in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Has time in the pocket. Eventually, Cam Thomas able to get back there. And now he's going to go down. Eli Davis yet again, wrapping up Brass by the knees. An impressive sack to force a big-time 3-and-out on the Elder Panthers, as I don't think I've heard this West Side louder all season, Jordan.
That was an incredible play by Eli. He was so close to escaping the pocket. Eli got one hand on him, and that's all it took for him to stumble down and roll over and make the sack. An unbelievable play by an unbelievable player. That's why he's a D1 athlete. And Elder's going to have to boot this one away deep in their own territory.
The punter will be situated just in front of the Firebirds text in the end zone. Brennan Remy back deep on the 45-yard line. Delay of game flags are out as the play clock hits 0, and now call it from 4th and 19 back to a 4th and 24. The punter only backing up from here. A big miscue for this Elder special teams unit as things are starting to go from bad to worse for the boys wearing the purple and white here at Firebird Field tonight.
Yeah, these mental errors, that's what you want. GCL teams don't usually do that, but you start cracking on them, and I mean, they start breaking down just a little bit, little by little.
Snap taken. Punter roaming, high kick. Brennan Remy gonna let it bounce. It bounces at the Elder 25, takes a friendly Elder roll to the 35, now to the 37, and Elder will down it, but the Firebirds already nearing Braden Benner territory after the sky-high punt back there from number 14, Caden Estep.
We're going to see this offense back out there again. The crowd's starting to get into it a little bit. Usually you want to have some quiet on offense, but it's hard to do that here at Firebird Field when we got the momentum of how we're rolling right now. We want 6 all the way right here. You can't get 3 with this momentum and how the ground game is going. You got to go for a touchdown on this drive.
Wiles out in shotgun with Cordell Atkins to the left. Brennan Remy on the jet motion. He does not get the jet sweep handoff. Wiles keeps it, shimmies through the blocking on the offensive line. He's going to go down at the 30-yard line, about a yard shy of the line to gain. Mark it up, 2nd and 1 for the Firebirds as Wiles keeps those legs moving. He'll go down on that 30, and the Firebirds still rolling with the momentum.
Read option jet sweep right there. Remy coming across the formation. Had the D-line bite him, and I mean, that's all it took for Sam Wiles. He pulls it, gets a couple yards. Great play.
Wiles in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off. Cordell Atkins, the power back, ran right side, has blocking, but he will be hit by many Elder Panthers defenders who now come up from the pile saying they have the football, but Cordell Atkins will be marked as down at the 30-yard line. And now it will be a 3rd and 1, maybe 1.5 for these Firebirds inside this 30. Not quite sure you can call it Benner territory just yet, but with a first down, there's no doubt the Firebirds should be leaving this possession with points.
Oh, absolutely. You want to go for 2 scores right here, put the game farther and farther away from Elder. Can't let them get a chance.
Brennan Remy in the jet motion. Wiles going to keep the football, punches it up the middle, and he finds himself a nice little hole up there, able to make his way down to the 25-yard line. Chains will move. Firebirds keep the ball rolling. It will be spotted exactly on the 25. First down marker will go inside the red zone at the 15 as Sam Wiles using the speed and agility up the middle to pick up a much-needed new set of downs.
Yeah, same play before. Read option, jet sweep right there. He pulled it. Was able to squeak past a couple kids and get a couple yards right there. Nice play. Moves the sticks.
Gonzalez still in the ball game as a blocker. He moves with Gilbert to the left side. Wiles on the design run. Moves to the right, inside the 20. Now making a push for the 15. Out of bounds on the near sideline. Late hit West fans want a flag. They are not going to find any laundry on the turf. 1 minute, 10 seconds on the game clock as Wiles runs out of bounds. They call it a gain of 9.5 yards, half a yard to the first down marker on 2nd and inches, up and coming from inside the red zone. And now they're going to say he did get it, as the chains will move here late, as the Firebirds have this football on about exactly that 15.
First down, Firebirds.
As Wiles will start in the shotgun. Same formation. There goes the motion men, Gonzalez and Gilbert. They move up on the front to the left side. Wiles takes a snap, hands it off. Here goes Cordell Atkins, rumbling inside the 10, stumbling down to the 6-yard line, picking up about half, if not more, of the chains there. They're actually going to give him the full 9, so a 2nd and 1 up and coming inside a minute on the third quarter. Firebirds knocking on the door of another potential 6 as the whistles will blow. There is an injured Elder Panther down inside the 5-yard line. We will take a quick injury timeout here on Lakota West Student Broadcasting, but we will be right back in just a few moments after this. Nick Leinhart, the injured Elder Panther, who's able to walk off with a little bit of assistance to the Elder sideline. But with 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter to play, Wiles and the West offense working with a 2nd and 2 from the 7-yard line. Gonzalez and Gilbert will be the motion men once again. Remy and Barnett out wide to the left. Wiles, design quarterback run inside the 5, spinning through a first tackle at the 2. He makes a push for that pylon. He's going to come up just a little bit shy, but it will pick up the first down. They're actually going to spot him initially at the 3-yard line, a bit of an unfriendly Lakota West spot, but nevertheless, it is still 1st and goal up and coming for these Firebirds.
You cannot give enough credit to this offensive line and these fullbacks and these tight ends and what they're doing. This run game has been unbelievable. They have not passed the ball at all in this second half. It's unbelievable. The ground game has been working tremendously.
The Firebirds sticking with the formation that's worked for them to this point. Wiles takes a snap. Here goes Atkins up the middle, and he will cross the goal line. Touchdown! Cordell Atkins gives the Firebirds a 2-possession lead, and before the PAT, it is 23-14. The Firebirds in firm control.
Great play right there. Just a simple inside zone to Cordell Atkins. He does all the work. Just 1 yard to go. He just punches it in. Look for an easy 6 right there. Two score lead now. Really putting Elder out of reach.
The snap, the hold, and the PAT is up and good. Sorry, Jordan, cut you off there on the call a little bit. What were you saying there?
No, I was just saying, trying to go for a knockout punch here soon when the fourth quarter arrives.
With the PAT there, West moving this to a 10-point, 24-14 lead. When we come back from the break, Braden Benner out to swing the leg and boot it away to the Elder Panthers as they look to fight back in just a few moments.
Kicking off will be number 19.
Braden Benner out to swing the leg, this time with a secure 10-point Firebird lead. 33 seconds remain on the third quarter game clock as Elder now down 2 possessions after at one point in time leading this game 14-3 as this kickoff fielded at the 5-yard line. Elder using one of their up men to return this one up past the 20-yard line to about the 22 or 23 on the right hash. As this West defense, after a big 3-and-out last time, you know what I'm going to say already, Elijah Davis keeping the Firebirds in this contest with the pressure he brings from that front.
Him and the D-line has been unbelievable. This is a game where they need to step up because they need to stop the run game, because Elder loves to run the ball. And this second half, they have really stepped up, and they have shut it down. They're trying to make them attack through the air, and which Elder's done a decent job, but going through the air on this team and in this coverage, you don't got a lot of time to throw. And it's just not something that Elder wants to do in this point of the game.
Brass comes out with Thaman to his right. He'll hand this one off, counter to the right side. Thaman goes down about a yard up past the line of scrimmage. Call it a 2nd and 9 up and coming. Or actually, they're going to give him an extra yard and say he reached for it. Now 2nd and 8 up and coming for these Elder Panthers. But it looks like that should just about do it. Elder not going to try and snap another play off. We're headed to the final 12 minutes of play here at Firebird Field. It's a 2-possession ball game. It's the Firebirds 24. It's the Panthers 14. We have 12 minutes until we hit the regional semifinals. Who will advance? Firebirds looking to secure home field victory in round number 2 when we return. From the 26-yard line, Elder readying themselves for a 2nd and 8. Ryan Brass will come out with Thaman to his right, who motions out wide to the right now. So now 4 wide look for Elder, 2 to his side. Brass back to throw here, has time in the pocket, and it will be completed downfield just shy of the 40. Drew Murphy, the 4th leading receiver, and the GCL coming up with the catch out of bounds on that west sideline at the 40-yard line, but the chains will move for the Elder Panthers, 1st and 10.
Yeah, it looked like a 15-yard out here on this near side right here. Just a soft zone coverage again, just too slow to break to the ball, able to get the quick fire and catch and move the sticks. But again, this is a game-defining drive right here. If you don't come out with points on this drive, if you're Elder, you might just call it game.
Elder going back to the quick break out of the huddle. Here goes Brass. Takes the direct snap, fires downfield on the naked bootleg out to the left, and it will be caught by Josh Mearis, first-team All-GCL receiver, coming up with an incredible snag on the Lakota West Firebird 46-yard line, 1st and 10, and now Elder in Firebird territory across midfield.
Yeah, Elder now trying to incorporate the pass game. They're going to go through the air. Haven't had too much success today, but, I mean, all I can say is this defense has got to be, they got to stick to their discipline. These DBs got to stick to their zones. They cannot take a play off.
And, of course, it's never too early to start playing the clock, too. Elder down 2 possessions as Brass going to fire off a quick one to the Elder sideline. I believe that is, once again, Drew Murphy coming up with that catch. I don't believe he got that first down. It'll be a gain of 9. Elder moving forward, but not quite a new set of downs, as they will be situated on the Firebird 37.
They're starting to find their groove a little bit. This Elder offense is going through the air. It's these quick passes. They're trying to keep the DBs on their toes. They're trying to create these quick fires that get 9-10 yards. So far, they've had a little bit of success, but these DBs got to shut it down here soon.
Brass takes the shotgun snap, looks to fire it off quick to his left, and due to the pressure from Grant Bierman, like a heat-seeking missile straight to the backfield, it'll be fired off incomplete, hits the turf as a 3rd and 1 brought up on the Panthers.
And that was a great play by Bierman. He timed that blitz up perfectly. Went on the snap count, was in there so quick. I mean, it was a quick play designed to get it out to that left side for a quick fire, but just couldn't even get it. He couldn't even get it away. And 3rd and 1 right here. This is a humongous stop. You got to get off the field right here.
And here comes some of the elder big boys up front. Heavy set. And now motion out to the left. Brass in shotgun, 2 wide, 1 to each side. Brass on the design run, going to take it up the middle, hits the 35-yard line and goes down. Should have the first down easily on that Firebird 35. And that's exactly what will happen. Chains will move to the 25-yard line. Brass picks up the gain to the 35. New set of downs as the Firebirds defense allowing Elder to creep closer and closer to that goal line.
Yeah, this defense got to bunker down right here. They're finding new ways to move the ball. They got to stick to their true and what they do, and that's blitzing and keeping this pass contained.
Brass, the lone man in shotgun, takes the snap, has time, steps up in the pocket, fires out to the left side. It's Miras. Quick out for about a gain of 4. Late penalty flags thrown near that west sideline. That play took place on the left hash closer to the Elder bench. So we'll see what the call is here. And it looks to be an illegal man downfield on the Elder Panthers. That's the initial call. And it is an ineligible receiver downfield, which will mark off the gain. Should Coach Bolden and the Firebirds accept it, it will move to a 1st and 15 from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, this is a kind of a judgmental decision.
You either take the down or you take the distance on this offense that's moving with relative ease. On this possession, we still have a little bit of a conference among the refs going on here as the football will be picked off. And Bolden will officially take the yardage, and we did get the official announcement. Maybe the mics were out the first time. That is the second time we've heard that call. So now 1st and 15, ball spotted on the 40. Elder will have it on the left hash with 10 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, no, not only is that good for us, but that puts Elder out of field goal territory. So you got to keep them contained right here. 1st and 15, you're working with a lot of space. Got to bunker down.
Brass takes the low snap, keeps dropping back in the pocket. He's going to find his man Murphy. Murphy will catch at about the 35. He'll run with it all the way down to about the 25. That might be a first down depending on where they put it, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds about 2 yards shy of the line to gain at the 27-yard line. Firebirds working with a 2 and 2. And even on 2nd down, this is a big play defensively for these Firebirds.
Yeah, something that we haven't seen a lot, and that's broken coverage this season. I really haven't seen it at all. It happened right there, but you got to bunker down.
4 wide look. Brass takes a snap. He's going to run with it up the middle. Escapes to the 20, goes down inside, and it looks like he's going to be knocked down at about the 17 or 18. Easy first down gain for the Panthers as they'll continue to move their chains on this offensive possession. And this game looking like it could come down to the wire. Momentum going back and forth constantly throughout this ball game.
Yeah, and I'm going to give a little bit of credit to the Elder offensive line. They're doing a great job. They've done a great job at this point, but especially on this drive, they're getting great pushes, and they're keeping the pocket clean for Brass to do his work.
Was a 5 wide look, a motion man going up to be an extra blocker for Brass. Brass under pressure from the blind side. Throw to the end zone, overthrown, incomplete, looking for Murphy, who tried to make a Beckham catch inside that end zone, but it will be overthrown. No penalty flags downfield on the coverage. 2nd and 10 forced on the incompletion.
Yeah, Flores almost got home right there. He was looking for a flag and a holding, but ref's not going to call it. 2nd and 10 right here. Do you go to the air or do you stay on the ground if you're Elder? You've had success with both, but you cannot let this West defense predict what you're doing, or it'll be a loss of yards for sure.
And we see him take to the huddle here Not so much the quick break to disguise their offensive plan here. It'll be 4 wide, 2 to each side. Brass with an extra blocker to his left. Shotgun snap taken. Brass with the pocket collapsing. Throw to the back pylon. It is incomplete, overthrown again for Drew Murphy. Too far on that sideline. 3rd and 10 up and coming after back-to-back completions intended for Drew Murphy.
Yeah, great job on that coverage unit. That was safety and corner colliding right there. That was a corner out to the pylon. Great job collapsing on it. No room to throw the ball. Put any spot. 3rd down and 10 right here. Again, a field goal would be a win. A field goal would be a win in this situation for the West defense.
And we're feeling it up here on the West side inside this box. The stands are rumbling.
3rd down and 10.
The West side is shaking this field. Brass comes out. Elder wants a penalty on a defensive jump. They won't get it. Brass, shotgun look. Pocket collapses. In pursuit, it's Davion McCoy. Fire downfield. It is complete. That'll once again be to Murphy. He has it on the 5-yard line, and it will be a new set of down for the Elder Panthers. Now inside that 5-yard line.
Brass just making an unbelievable play. That was crazy. He had 2 guys on his face. He got away from the pressure, first of all, rolled out to his right, and found his man downfield. That was just an unbelievable play on the run. And to make that catch, too, you got to give some credit right there. That was a great play.
They will spot it on the 7. They'll say he stepped out of bounds a little early. Shotgun look for Brass. He's going to keep this one. Cuts it up left middle. Brass making a push for the pylon. And the ball came loose on the goal line. Lakota West think they have it. Where are they signaling this football? It's Lakota West ball! We don't know who forced that fumble, but a tide-turning turnover inside the 5-yard line. It is black and red football, as West might have just sealed the deal inside that 5.
What a play. What a momentum shifter, Nick. That's crazy. If you're Elder, that's impossible. GCL teams, especially Elder, ball security is their #1 preach, and there's a personal foul.
They're going to call that a personal foul on Tabron Bennie-Powell. Mark it off half the distance to the goal. Not sure where they spotted where West picked up that football, but it looks like they're going to put it down on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
And now you kind of worry about getting out of your own territory. It was nice to take the football and the score away, but West still with work to do.
I was going to say, as exciting as that is, you got to be careful. You're inside your own 1. Safety is definitely lurking in the back of your mind. Got to keep the ball secure and get a couple yards so we can pass out of this sticky situation.
A lot of the big boys in. Wiles under center. He's going to hand this one off up the middle. I believe that was Cordell Atkins. Couldn't quite get a number from this angle. He gets pushed up the middle before being dragged right back. We'll see where they end up placing the football. It looks to be on the 2-yard line. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 2.
1-yard gain on the carry.
Yeah, again, a hairy situation right here. They still got all the big guys out there. All the Rhinos are out there. You just want a couple yards, just a couple yards to make it comfortable for a pass. And even if you have to punt it away, you got to make it comfortable.
Wiles under center, hands it off. It's Atkins, or no, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to run with it to the 5-yard line. Gains a little space, but now you deal with a 3rd down. And they're actually going to give him a little bit more. They're going to place him on about the 7-yard line. So 3rd and only 4 up and coming. Wiles able to stay on his feet after taking some big hits as the Rhinos will move off the field for 3rd down and 4.
That was a little fake/trickery play. Don't know if you want to be running that on your own too, but I mean, man, what a play by Wiles. Sets up a big 3rd down and 4. You got to get this.
Wiles in shotgun. Gonzalez and Gilbert motioning over to be blockers on the right side. Remy and Barnett out wide to Wiles left. Remy takes a catch at the 5-yard line, spins through the first tackle, makes a push up across the 10-yard line. Did he get to the line to gain on the 12? It looks like initially he will. 1st down, Brennan Remy and the Firebirds keeping it moving. A big win for the Firebirds offense.
Unbelievable effort That is all individual effort. He had 2 guys stopped at the line of scrimmage right there on the screen to himself, just a bubble to Remy. They gave it to him and they said, hey, avoid these 2 guys right here, and he did, and picks up the first down himself.
Same formation, the back to the left of Sam Wiles. Here will be Cordell Atkins. Wiles takes the snap, hands it off. Here goes Atkins with a massive hole to run through, brought down at the 18-yard line by his ankles. That right there could have been a touchdown had he broken away from that one, but instead it will stay a 6-yard gain. West working from the right hash mark, moving right to left, and they will have 2nd and 4 from what looks to be that 19-yard line of their own territory.
Yeah, you said it. That was Luke Fortcamp on the ankle tackle. He would have broke that. He would have been gone forever. So you got to give credit to that, but a great run by Atkins nevertheless.
Extra blockers motion left. Wiles runs to the right with Cordell Atkins as a blocker. Wiles finds himself a hole, makes a push for the line to gain. Looks like he should come up about a full yard shy. And they're going to say he reached for it. They got a push from the pile. That's a Lakota West Firebird. First down. The ball will be spotted on the 24-yard line with a first down on the 34.
Yeah, I will say in last week's matchup, we did not throw the ball 1 time, Nick. We did not. And it kind of feels like that tonight with these short passes. But sticking to the ground game, it has been unbelievable. The blocking and everything, it's just been unbelievable. And to rely on that in a game like this is great.
Brendan Remy, jet motion, takes the handoff, ran right side, makes a push to the 35-yard line, stays on his feet, but a pack of Panthers able to swarm him and keep the damage to a minimum. He will get about an extra yard to the 36, call it 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 7, depending on what side of this field you are on. Are you on the Elder side? It's 2nd and 8. West side, I think you're looking at it 2nd and 7. Firebirds with a promising pickup on first down.
Yeah, as we approach 6 minutes here, we're just under 6 minutes, in the fourth quarter. Still a 10-point game. You want to keep possession, keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock running, make Elder use those timeouts late in this one.
West continuing their march towards the south end zone. Ball on the 26, 2nd and 7, and a whistle blown pre-snap. No penalty flags down. The play clock was about to expire, so it looks like we have a timeout from the West side. This will be their first of 3 this half. Elder still with all 3 of theirs. We'll take a quick timeout with them on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. Thank you for joining us in the booth on this radio call here tonight. I've been Nick Johnson alongside our analyst Jordan Houck, we will see you on the other side of this timeout. Second and 7 after the Firebird timeout. 5 minutes, 39 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. 10-point Firebird lead, 24-14. Wiles will take to the shotgun here. He's going to scramble out to his left. Cordell Atkins in as the extra blocker. Wiles crosses the 25, makes a push farther down that west sideline. Not quite to the 30 by the looks of it, but maybe to about the 29-yard line. As this will move to a 3rd and 5, with that first down marker still situated on the 34-yard line of Firebird territory.
Yeah, Elder's putting an alarming number of defenders into the box to try to stop this run game. So we're going to have an equipment timeout.
And that it will be. Both sidelines getting a little bit of a breather here with the official timeout. So now 3rd and 5. You have 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in this game. We have a clock error on our broadcast that we apologize for, but with the play blown dead on the equipment timeout, it stops at 5:12. So if you're Elder, you're at this point battling the clock just as much as you are these Firebirds.
Absolutely. And again, like I said before, they're walking down. They've already got 3 down linemen, but they're going to have 4 backers in there inside the box trying to stop this run game. The clock is running. So, again, that's what you want. Do you go for the pass right here and get the first down and risk the clock stopping, or do you stick to that run game?
Wiles takes a shotgun snap, fakes the jet sweep for Brendan Remy. Wiles runs it, crosses the 30. He was down. The ball came loose. Elder wants it. To me, he was pretty clearly down as the boos will rain from the Elder student section. A pickup of 2 from Sam Wiles and a big 3rd down stop for the Elder Panthers to stay alive in this one. 4th and 3 up and coming as Joe Marquardt will be seen for the first time here today.
Wow.
Always a good sign when you're seeing your punter for the first time under 4.5 to go in the 4th quarter to play.
Yeah, you said it. And that's not that possession wasn't really bad. You're still wasting clock. 4:10 to go here and counting. Still got 10 points. Elder's not an explosive offense. They like to trickle down the field. So I have a hard time seeing them getting anything on this defense here in the second half.
Marquardt, not a lot of pressure, boots this punt away, rolls across the 30, now the 25. It keeps rolling. Now to the 22.5 where it's downed by the Firebirds. Clock stopped on 3:56 in the 4th quarter. And I think you said it on our way out of that possession there. Losing the clock, almost as big of a win as if you were to put points on the board at this phase in the game.
Oh, yeah. And you're going to see it right here. Elder's going to go to the air. And there's no doubt about it. It's all about, can this defense contain the pass? Can the rush get home? Can the blitzes get home? Can the linebackers get home? Will Hull send pressure? Or will he play that soft zone coverage that Elder likes to expose a little bit? So I'm really curious to see what they run. They've got a 1 high safety look right now, so they're bringing some pressure.
1st and 10 from the 22. Elder working with what could be one of their final possessions this game. Deep throw down the field from Brass out of the shotgun. He looks for Drew Murphy at the 45-yard line on that Elder side. It will fall incomplete, overthrown. Yet another overthrow we've seen from Brass here tonight, and another overthrow specifically intended for Drew Murphy. He just can't seem to come down with one outside of the catch he made at the 5 last drive. Clock stops on 3:51. Another shotgun look here for Brass. He's got a back. It's Thaman to his left. An extra blocker to his left as well. 3 wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Brass, quick fire across the middle, and it is complete to Christopher Paff. Paff, wearing the number 85 for the purple and white, will come up with the first down. Makes the snag at the 37-yard line of Panther territory. They move hurry-up offense. Quick snap out to Brass in the shotgun. Has time in the pocket. All day to throw. Pump fakes. Now fires deep across the middle. And it is nearly picked off. And it looks like there was a battle there for the football. But Thaman looked like he's going to come up with that catch. And now it looks like the initial signal is incomplete on the 42-yard line of Firebird territory. The Firebirds able to pop out the football, and you hear the boos from the Elder side. I think they thought he was down before that ball came out. I guess the question, did he have possession? And there are multiple injuries now down. It looks like a Firebird and a Panther on that far sideline. That was a mess of a play all around. And they will come back and officially rule that play a catch at the 40-yard line for Thaman. So the chains will move, but there are still 2 injuries on the field, a Firebird that we do not have a number for, and an Elder Panther who I would assume that's Thaman where he went down, but we don't have confirmation on that.
Yeah, that was an odd-looking collision. I mean, helmets kind of flew off on that. It wasn't necessarily a head-to-head contact hit, but that was just an awkward collision. I mean, they both came in, and again, helmets were flying, so didn't get a good look from here, but hopefully those 2 will be all right.
3.5 minutes here to play in the 4th quarter, and both of these guys still down. We're going to take a quick step aside, an injury timeout here from Firebird Field. After the injury timeout, we have numbers for you. For the west side, it was Tabron bennie-powell, who is walking off on his own power. Of course, the speculation, and it is only speculation from our angle, is a potential concussion. But the loss for the Elder Panthers on that play, number 4, Josh Meares, the first-team All-GCL receiver who leads the GCL, entering today 777 receiving yards. As the catch will stand, so 1st and 10, shotgun snap for Brass. He's going to be under pressure, evades the snap from Gabe Flores. It'll be a run of about 9, not quite able to get to the line to gain as we approach the 3-minute mark, clock temporarily stopping to move these chains. They are going to give him the first on the reach as the clock starting back up again, 3:09, shotgun snap. Here's Brass, looks to his left now, looks to roll right, holds all over the place, no flags. Quick out to the sideline, it is complete to Christopher Paff, who will go out of bounds. And Eli Davis is now shaken down on the turf at the 29-yard line on that left hash. And it looks like there were multiple holds, but no flags. Those seem to be clear as day to me. I don't know about you, Jordan.
I mean, those were as obvious as it gets. Hopefully Eli's all right, but on that previous play, I mean, Flores, I mean, Jonas, I mean, they were all getting held right there. I mean, that was, I mean, how do you miss that, Nick?
I mean they look like some championship wrestlers on the offensive line down there, and now Eli Davis, it looks to be a cramp at this point, the way he was stretching on the turf, and now he's going to carefully trot off. Eli has been a crucial part of this Firebirds lead thus far, and now with about 3 minutes remaining in this ball game, to have him and now Tabron from that previous play trotting off, that's not a great look for your defense at this point in the game.
Yeah, it just kind of it makes guys step up. You know, you got to have your guys step up. That's Judah King, number 90 in, now at D tackle on that tackle spot. So guys got to step up as there's another official's timeout. Man.
You said it, we get another one. As now the center will lower to the football. Brass will take to the shotgun here. He's got 4 wide, 2 to his side. Brass takes a shotgun snap, moves up in the pocket. He's going to try and roll out right. In pursuit, it's Gabe Flores. Deep fire to the back right pylon. Overthrown and incomplete for Josh Meares. 2nd and 10 forced. Great defensive coverage down the field for the Firebirds. Safety Finn Mason in on that play in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Brass doing all he can to avoid that pressure. It seems like he's out of the pocket almost every single play. They're doing a great job, but they just got to get home. They got to be able to tackle him in the backfield and cause that sack. But coverage unit has got to step up right here. They got to be solid.
Once again, a 4 wide look. This time 3 left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap. This time Brass going to keep it up the middle. Gets wrapped up by the hips. He's able to power forward to the 15-yard line. That would be a majority of the chains. Looks like they're going to call it a 3rd and 3 on the 7-yard carry up the middle for Brass. They keep it hurry up here. 3rd and 3, shotgun snap. Brass looking left. Now he looks right, all day to throw. Throws to the back pylon. It is incomplete. Penalty flags down. That is going to be defensive pass interference on the Firebirds. That was once again Drew Murphy getting in on that play.
Yeah, Finn Mason on the coverage. That's what they're going to call it on. Didn't look like he turned around. Not a lot of contact, just didn't turn around and make a play on the ball.
That's the rule. You have to turn around. You have to play that ball. He was playing the receiver, and that's exactly why this will be an automatic first down for the Elder Panthers. 2 minutes, 21 seconds remain in quarter number 4. Elder still trailing 24-14. They move from 3rd and 3 to a 1st and goal. Ball will be spotted on the 8-yard line after the pass interference call on Finn Mason. Shotgun snap. Here's Brass looking deep to the end zone. He'll instead check it down up in front. It is caught by Christopher Paff. We've called his name quite a few times here tonight. Only entered the day. 12 receptions, 115 yards. He's been a big part of this Elder offense at times as they only gain 2. Ball to the 5. Quick fire for Brass out of the shotgun. And the receiver tripped up at the 1-yard line, but they call it incomplete. The ball will hit the turf, and the clock will stop on 1 minute, 55 seconds. 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line for the Elder Panthers.
Here's a big stop right here. If you get the stop, Does Elder go for it and try to risk the game, or do you get 3 and try to get a touchdown the next possession? That's the question. The playbook opens up here. You're inside of the 10-yard line, so the playbook opens up. You can really run whatever you want, but if you're Elder, you got to get in that end zone right now. West crowd's got to get up.
It is 3rd down and 5 from the 5. Goal to go time. Brass, shotgun, play action, looks to fire across the middle. It's picked off! Intercepted in the back of the end zone. Grant Bierman coming up with the INT. And we're on the radio here tonight, Jordan. I think it's time we pay homage to Dan and Dave. That right there is coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam. Oh, my goodness. Right place at the right time. Brass tried to force it in there, couldn't get it. They would have picked that ball off. What a play. What a game. West holds strong. Unbelievable performance all around.
Touchback on the INT. Ball brought out to the 20. Elder with 3 timeouts remaining. They trail 10. 1:52 on the game clock. West with 2 timeouts of their own. I doubt we'll see any passing plays at this point. I think you just drain that clock and escape as the purple starts to leave the opposing stands at Firebird Field.
Unbelievable performance.
Out on the run here, Sam Wiles with the keeper. He'll go down about a half yard behind the line of scrimmage. Elder will call their first charge timeout, and now late penalty flags. I got to think that's maybe some frustration.
That one could be on us.
Frustration or celebration, emotions, they're boiling over. And we will get a timeout from Elder, so they will have 2 remaining with 144 to play with.
Referee's going to discuss who this one's going to be on.
Ball has not moved from the 20-yard line. As you mentioned, they are still conferring there from the 15.
Yeah, at this point in the game, though, you keep on the ground. So we're going to talk to the coaches now.
Dead ball, personal foul, and it will be on Elder. So march the Firebirds forward, an automatic first down and a free 15. Mark off the damage. Elder still down. A timeout, stopping the clock, unless they give it back to them due to the penalty. And now they're going to say they're offsetting penalties. A late call there on the Firebirds added.
I don't think that's offsetting. They're moving it back.
They are moving it back. I'm not sure what the call was on West, but they do march it back 15, so maybe an incorrect call the first time, I would have to imagine.
I can think of, yeah.
But now the Firebirds working with second and a long shot from the 10-yard line. The first down spotted at the 30. It's 2nd and 21 up and coming from the Firebirds' own 10.
Yeah, down and distance change, but the mindset does not. You want to run this ball, run the clock out. You got 144, trying to get the clock rolling. You keep on the ground, you keep it safe, ball security, and you get out of here with the win to go face. I would have to believe Princeton. I'm not sure about the score, but we got to get that update.
Princeton is leading 31-14. That game to be played at a neutral site, most likely Mason next week if the Firebirds escape with the 1:44 remaining. They did charge Elder that timeout regardless of the penalty, both sides with 2 timeouts apiece. 1:44 will remain. Wiles to the shotgun. He's got Atkins, the back to his right. 2 receivers out wide to the left. Extra blockers up front on the right. Jet sweep, handoff. Here's Brennan Remy finding himself a hole. He'll go down at the 18-yard line with a reach to the 19. Won't get back to the original line of scrimmage, but a solid gain there on a chunk play. 1:38 on the clock as Elder will take their second charge time out of the half. And now West with a third and a bit more manageable 11 yards. Do you maybe slip into the pass game, or you just try and take that last time out off the board?
Oh, no, absolutely. You go for it right here. You go. I know we already said coffin nails, but this would be the coffin nails right here. Nick, if we can get a first down, game would be over. So
that just means we got to yell it again.
Oh, no, please. I hope I get my $5.
Oh, you're getting your $5. There may have been bribery in getting Jordan to agree to this.
Yeah.
I will still take it.
Hey, I'm having fun. It's all right.
I'll make it 10.
Oh, wow.
If we get this first down, I'll make it 10.
Okay.
You got to yell it with me again. That's
fine.
what we're
I
doing to
can
make
do
things
that.
fun in the booth.
I could do that. It's my lunch money for the week.
3rd and 11, the call from the 19-yard line. 1:38 remain. West by 10, 24-14. Wiles in shotgun. Once again, Atkins the back to the right. 2 wide. Barnett near side. Remy far side. Wiles on the designed run. Runs it towards the Elder sideline on the far side. Gets up past the 23-yard line before sneaking out of bounds. They will not pick up the first, and the clock will stop out of bounds on 1 minute, 32 seconds. Elder keeping the timeout and a 4th down forced on the Firebirds offense.
Yeah, not too sure what was happening there. Maybe a little mental error. Running out of bounds. In that situation, you want to stay in bounds. You want the clock to keep going, but again, that gives Elder their timeout and a chance to go down the field, which is not what you want.
Mark Cord out for only the 2nd time tonight. Snap taken, line drive kick. It'll land at the 48, takes a West-friendly bounce. Out of bounds on the Elder Panther 41-yard line. We'll take a quick step aside when we return. 1:24 on the game clock. Elder with 1 timeout, looking to come back from a 10-point deficit here late on the road in Westchester. Brass to the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. 1:24 remain. Shotgun snap, play whistle dead, pre-snap, timeout, Lakota West Firebirds. And we will take a step aside with them. West will burn their 2nd of the half, 1 timeout apiece remaining in this ball game. As we step aside, 24-14, clock still stuck on 1:24 here from Firebird Field in Westchester. Brass will return to the shotgun formation. This time, hopefully for real, 1st and 10 from the 40. Panthers in their own territory. Brass looks to throw, fires deep to the near side. Grant Bierman in coverage, bats the football away, no penalty flags. And the Firebirds forcing a big stop there, now bringing up a 2nd and 10. And we do have confirmation under 1 minute remaining in quarter number 3. The Mason Comets up 10-9 over the 1 seed Milford Eagles.
Whoa.
It could be major upset time in this bracket.
Whoa.
It's looking like Princeton, the opponent for next week. But if West were to win next week in the regional semis, I think it's up in the air still who the opponent would be in the regional finals. Of course, Moeller, the ever-dangerous GCL leading Moeller in this bracket at the 5 seed. Brass will take to the shotgun here back in our game. Fires deep, same spot. Asbeck in coverage, pops the ball out of the hands of Thaman. Force incompletion. An incredible pass defended for Asbeck, and a 3rd and 10 forced on the turf at Firebird Field.
2 unbelievable coverage plays. First by Grant Bierman, and then Jacob Asbeck. It's unbelievable. I mean, they played the ball all the way. They were really putting the coffin nails. I know we've already said that 5 times already, but they are putting the coffin nails in this game just by their coverage on defense here.
3rd and 10. 4 wide look for the Elder offense. Brass with an extra blocker up in front to his left. Shotgun snap taken low. Time to throw. Fires across the middle. It is overthrown and incomplete for Drew Murphy. And a 4th and 10 forced. 1 minute, 4 seconds remaining in the ball game.
All right, here's the game right here. 1:04 to go, still 2-score game. 4th and 10 at midfield. This is the game right here. If you're Elder, what route concepts, who do you go to in this situation? I know they've got their guys, and Josh Myers Drew Murphy, and Trent Meyer. They've all been spectacular tonight, but Brass hasn't been able to find it here in the second half, passing-wise. This is the game right here.
4th and 10, 1 minute, 4 seconds remain from the Elder 40-yard line. Brass takes the shotgun snap. Pressure from his left, fires it deep, overthrown and incomplete. No penalty flags out, turnover on downs, and Firebird fans rejoice, and now the penalty flags will fly. Dead ball penalty.
I was going to say, it's going to stop you right there, Nick.
I would have to assume with the dead ball, regardless of the call, it should still be Firebird football.
This one could be a sideline warning maybe on us. Getting a little too hype.
Can't go wrong. You got one celebration a game, might as well use it. Run off that
True.
sideline in a moment.
Ooh.
And it's an unsportsmanlike on Bukhari Miles.
Aye. That's not good.
And it is an Elder Panthers first down, a free 15 tacked on.
Yeah, not what you want at the end of a game like this. In the last, what could have been the last play of the game right there. Man.
And
just
now
a mental error.
some Elder fans making their way to the gates going, hold on. There's still 58 seconds in this ball game. The ball with the free 15 moved up to the Firebird 45-yard line. 58 seconds remain. And I believe the ref misspoke because now the Firebirds offense is out in victory formation.
Oh, man.
Confusion to end this ball game. But in victory formation, Sam Wiles goes down to a knee. Elder with 1 timeout remaining. They will not use it. One more snap, and West will move on to the regional semifinals next week against likely Princeton.
What a fitting way to end this game, Nick.
It is very fitting. Biggest game of the year. There have been a lot of big games after the 0-2 start. You scratch, you claw. All that matters is that you make it to the dance once you're here.
Oh, wow.
Anything can happen.
I love that.
Wiles down to a knee unless we get some gamesmanship. No timeout taken by the Elder Panthers as the handshake line will form. As our score moves to final, it's the Firebirds 24, the Panthers 14. The Birds getting it done at home in round 2, the final home game of the season as they move to a neutral site next week and hopefully forward in the playoffs this year. We apologize that due to OHSAA regulations, we were not able to bring you video coverage of tonight's game. But for those who stuck it out with us tonight on the radio broadcast, we thank each and every one of you. I've been Nick Johnson, taking you along the way on the play-by-play. Alongside is my fantastic analyst and partner, Jordan Hauk. And we will see you next week on Friday from most likely Mason High School against the Princeton Vikings. But until then, as always, go Firebirds.